Yay, yay, dear boy Diablo, cheers to you. Back in sunny South Florida, was just in Wales for about 3 months. Short time in England, Plymouth, short time in Amsterdam, and a short time in Africa. I mean to go back to Africa. I was in Morocco. But now it's time to tell these tales. And we're going to begin by Soul Crew, because you know that's what I'm into. That's my people, yeah. And by me watching the Soul Crew documentary just at the end of last year, after I left Cardiff, yeah, I saw a lot of characters, more than any I've seen in any other hooligan firm. You know what I mean? Normally you get the leader as a character, you know what I mean? But you watch the BBC Panorama Soul Crew documentary, best hooligan documentary of all. Trust me, trust that. I know all these guys now. I'm mates with all these guys, and they're genuine article, and they're great guys, and they are characters. We're gonna begin with the millionaire hooligan, Mr. ANNIS Abraham. Great guy, funny guy, intelligent guy, and apparently me and him both have the knack for talking, and he had to ask Jonathan Evans in the stadium. He said, "Can this guy talk to me more than me?" But here's the thing, like I said, when you're around somebody that's successful as him, and with as much knowledge as he has, you shut up. I mean, I can talk, yeah, it's true. But I'm in the presence of a man like that. You know, I already learned a lot from him. Just in going to breakfast and going to a pub for 4 hours one day and going to the match together. And, you know what I mean? But we're kindred spirits, a lot of us that's at the top of these groups, whatever type of groups they may be. So, Mr. ANNIS Abraham, great guy, cheers. Awesome to meet you. Thank you for inviting me to breakfast. And the insight, some of the insight, I'll share with all of you out there in the internet hooligan world that he told me because he sees, you know, I haven't written a hooligan books yet, but you know, I'm not a journal. They get that, a journal. I'm not a journalist, but you know, I'm telling the story and everything. It's the same thing, making videos and talking about stuff from 20, 30 years ago, 40 years ago, you know, and it's just fighting at the end of the day. So one thing he told me to, he said, if you can write a book, he gave me advice about writing hooligan books, and he said one important thing. He said, you always tell the truth, and tell when the other side beats you up. Tell them when they turned you over, blah, 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 blah. You know, give them credit. It's a smart way to sell books is what it is. Because if somebody puts out a book and they're a hooligan firm, and then they mention some stuff that they did with you, and it's not true, I'm just like, screw this book. But he said, no, we went to this place, man, and these guys were on top of us, and man, they had us on our heels, and we got leathered, and we took a kicking that day. You know, they do it in the other casuals documentary. When I see Lakey, Tony Rivers, Spec, Soul Crew, he's written books, he wrote the book Soul Crew, and you see him talking with Johnny Owens in the One Casuals documentary, and he's talking about, you know, going against the Russians, and that's a famous story. My mate Thorny was there as well. You know what I mean? I know the lads that was there, Ronnie, and he says, yeah, the CSK, Moscow CSK challenged him to a fight and attacked him basically, and he said we took a kicking, but afterwards they wanted to hang out. But either way, he said it. He didn't deny it, so that's good advice. You know what I mean? I respect all the different gangs I fought against that have defeated me and beat me up and stuff like that. And even my own friends, sometimes we fight each other if there's no other enemies to fight, you know what I mean? But you have respect for each other in mutual combat. So in closing, Mr. ANNIS Abraham gave me one of his books. He's got many. I intend to read all of them. I don't know about the children's books maybe. But maximum respect to Mr. ANNIS Abraham. And you guys should check out his podcast on Central Club Podcast. He has one, and now he just did another one. So ANNIS Abraham, Cardiff City Soul Crew legend.